So when I picked this one up out of the Cadvent calendar, I had to ask myself, where's Lochlea? I knew it was in Scotland, but I'd never ever heard of it. It turns out it's a very, very new distillery in the Scottish Lowlands. Hey, this will be my second Lowlands Scotch. First built in 2017, that makes it one of the youngest in Scotland. So I'm just a wee bit curious what this is like. Let's find out. This is Whiskey. I'm John Chidgey. Always remember to drink responsibly, in moderation, and where and when appropriate. Feel free to like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and visit engineer.network/whiskey, without the E, to learn how you can support the show. Thank you. The distillery is located in South Ayrshire. At least I think that's how it's pronounced. Ayrshire. Apologies if that was not correct. Approximately 30 k's, that's about 19 miles, south of Glasgow, near Kilmarnock. In an unusual move for modern times at least, it has no intention of ever opening a visitor centre. No cellar door, no shop, nothing. They're closed to the public. Well, that's their choice, I suppose. Lochlea Distillery is actually on the grounds of the Lochlea farm that Neil McKeough bought in 2006 with the intention of running a cattle ranch. But with 222 acres of farmland, the economics for that didn't work out. So in 2015, instead, he started growing grain on 50 acres of that. Then he began talking to a consultant, Malcolm Rennie, about the feasibility of building a whiskey distillery instead on site. In 2017, they converted several buildings into warehouses and a still house, and stilling began by mid-2018, with production then underway. Lochlea is as close as you can get these days to a genuine single estate distillery that starts by growing its own barley on its own fields, with the harvested barley leaving only briefly to be malted by Baird's Malt, before returning to be turned into wort on site. They have a single 2-ton semi-lauter mash tun with a 10,000 litre capacity, and with 6 washbacks and 2 Forsyth pot stills, one with a 10,000 litre capacity and the other with a 6,300 litre capacity. The distillery is estimated to produce about 200 kilolitres of new make every year. Not huge, not tiny, but still respectable. Their single malt is matured on site, mainly in ex-bourbon barrels sourced from Maker's Mark, and ex-sherry casks from Jerez de la Frontera in Spain, and they do not use colouring or chill filtration at all. My kind of guys. A full-size bottle of this costs $120 Australian plus shipping. That's for a 700ml bottle from Nick's Online. You can order it from Dan's Marketplace, but I couldn't find any physically in a bricks or mortar store. It has no age statement of 46% ABV, as I just mentioned. It's not chill filtered, and it's also not coloured. Our barley was actually released as the distillery's first ever regular bottling. So not only is it considered to be part of their core range, it was their first ever in their core range. How cool is that? Their website has the following to say, but I will admit I slightly trimmed this for your benefit, about their dram. Our core single malt expression is made from and inspired by our barley, grown here on Lochlea Farm, matured using a combination of first fill bourbon, Oloroso sherry, and STR casks. This results in a whole new level of depth and complexity to the final whiskey. STR casks. Hey, that's what Milk and Honey Distillery use a lot of. Interesting. The Lochlea Distillery website tasting notes for the Our Barley are as follows. On the nose, pear syrup, fruit bonbons, warm cut grass, marmalade. Fruit bonbons, that'll be interesting. On the palate, golden syrup. Oh, I'm liking this. Pepper, rye bread, macadamia nuts. I like macadamia nuts too. And cream soda. That's an interesting mixture. On the finish, a long finish with a lasting orange beeswax note. A beeswax note? This has just got me genuinely curious. I'd say that is a very light gold. There are some legs running there. They're taken off pretty quick. And there's some more slowly forming at the top. Cool. Let me get on the nose. Ooh, I can smell pears. It's grassy as well, like the other lowlands I tried. Not really getting marmalade though. The interesting thing is macadamia nuts don't have a strong smell, so I'm really not getting nuts at all on the nose. Alright, let's give it a shot. Nice. It's very warm, a bit of oak in it. It's super light and creamy. It's not very creamy, but it's a very light creaminess. It's borderline thin, but it's not quite as thin as some I've had. Can't really chew on it. That's all right. Definitely getting those a little bit of the golden syrup on it too. It's kind of nice. I like that. It's not a very complex whiskey. It's quite straightforward. It's kind of what you see, what you get. You know. Let's have another go. I'm getting a little bit of orange and a touch of that rye sort of a flavor on the palate. But the finish, I'm not getting any. I don't get the beeswax bit. A little bit of orange zest maybe on the finish, and I wouldn't describe it as a long finish either. I'd say it's probably moderate at best. It's not bad though. It certainly gives your mouth quite a refreshing kind of a tang to it. It's a refreshing light Scotch. I don't mind it at all actually. It's pretty respectable. So where does this sit? Well, for cost, clearly it's a 2. I mean, it's affordable for good whiskey. In terms of quality though, I mean, I'm struggling to give this a 3. It doesn't really make me smile, but having said that, it's perfectly pleasant. I'd say it's definitely got to be a 2. It's nice for some occasional variety, and of course, then that makes it a yellow. In which case, you know, if this is your sort of thing, then a few bottles in the yellow category for something different, I would say. And it is different. It is quite light and it is quite fresh, but at the same time, it does have a little bit of a burn to it, which if you don't mind that, then it could just be for you. In any case, cheers. See you next time. It's very fresh. It's not bad. About their dram. Our single